Buongiorno! Mangiate!
Palermo, the capital of Sicily. It's a city that captures your heart, even if it's a little rough around the edges. It's vibrant, it's chaotic, and it's absolutely unforgettable. I'm Nicola, and today we're going to explore what makes this city one of the most exciting places in Europe. From its vibrant markets to the worn facades of centuries-old buildings, Palermo is a melting pot of Italian, Arab and Norman architecture and traditions. Palermo is rough and ready around the edges, but captivating at its core. Here are my top 5 things to do in Palermo. Number 1. Palermo's markets. Palermo's markets are the lifeblood of the city.
Yes, for conservation inside.
And Palermo is a feast for the senses. Here the streets are lined with stalls overflowing with fresh produce, fish glistening on ice, and colourful spices that fill the air with their heady scent. Here tradition meets a raw, unpolished energy.
Just looking, now it's the morning time. I'll put it fresh.
It's loud, it's chaotic, and it's completely unpretentious.
Panino con la porchetta, prego! Mangiate! E bevete! Mangia! Mangia!
You'll hear vendors calling out their daily deals in a strong Sicilian dialect, see locals haggling for the best price, and feel the energy of a place that's always in motion. This is Palermo in its most authentic form, rough, ready, and utterly irresistible.
Dai, prima si guarda e poi si mangia! Prego signori, prego! Prego, prego! Prego, prego! Dai, dai! Accomodatevi ragazzi, anche non basta! Basta, buongiorno, state niente, state! Buongiorno! Dai, dai, buongiorno, prego!
Ciao, grazie!
Buongiorno! Dai dai! Ragazzi, accomodatevi! Prego, prego! Dai dai, accomodatevi!
Tucked inside the market, you'll find a beautiful moment of peace and tranquility. The Church of Carmine Maggiore. A church has stood on this site since the 13th century, though the current facade and present structure was constructed in the 17th. It's one of the city's gems that many visitors accidentally miss. This is a beautiful sanctuary from the hustle and bustle of the market. With breathtaking views across the city and the market below, it was a real highlight of the trip.
It's really narrow. We loved climbing the Duomo yesterday, but climbing this bell tower is so exciting. No one else is actually up here, so we have it all to ourselves. It feels like a real hidden gem, even though it's right in the heart of the city, overlooking the market.
Like many of Palermo's buildings, its splendour has faded over the years, but it is being painstakingly restored. Back to the market, where it's a great place to enjoy lunch and try some of Palermo's bold, colourful flavours. The street food here is very reasonably priced, genuine street food using the freshest local ingredients. Smoke fills the air from sizzling barbecues, and one famous delicacy is the Stigghiola. It's a veal intestine rolled around the fatty part of the stomach. Now, every time I have watched someone try this, they haven't enjoyed it, so we passed. Let me know if you were brave enough to give it a go.
Stigghiola Sicilietta!
While exploring the market, there was a heavy downpour of rain. This did not deter the locals from their business. And who can blame them? Even in the rain, Palermo has its charm. Number 2. Palermo Cathedral. Palermo Cathedral is one of the city's historical highlights. Its long construction passed through different periods of rule, meaning it's unlike other cathedrals in Europe. Its mix of Arab, Norman and Baroque architecture is an exciting reminder that Palermo has been a crossroads of cultures for centuries. Climbing to the roof terrace, you're greeted by sweeping views of the city's rooftops and the surrounding mountains. A unique panorama full of energy.
It's really narrow.
The steps are really worn.
Number 3. The historic heart of Palermo. Walking through Palermo streets is exciting, and I'm going to show you a few highlights. Quattro Canti is a Baroque square at the heart of the historic centre. It's a place where the city's history and modern-day chaos collide.
The Baroque facade tells a story of the ancient rulers, but the square itself is full of life.
Getting around Palermo means embracing its lively chaos. The streets are narrow, often crowded, and full of scooters darting between cars, but that's part of the city's charm. It's messy, unpredictable, and full of life. Walking is the best way to explore the historic centre, but if you need a bit of a rest, the city's tourist train is a fun way to take in some of the sights and learn some history along the way. As part of the train ride, you'll not only weave through the heart of the city, but you'll also go past the port, pass under the city's gates, and you can jump on and off at different points of interest. One stop was Teatro Massimo, a Renaissance opera house. At over 7,730 square metres, it is the largest opera house in Italy. Work began in 1845, and you can still see performances here to this day.
Thank you, grazie.
Number 4. Food and drink. Palermo's pace is unhurried, and locals take time to sip their espresso. We found the most wonderful place to enjoy a coffee just on the end of Palermo Market. Castiglione served an incredible range of pastries, hearty warm dishes, and desserts. We stumbled upon it the evening we arrived and enjoyed some pasta, and we kept going back.
We're back at our favourite cafe, and this time we're going to try a selection of sweet treats.
Oh dear! Palermo's food and drink scene really comes to life at night. This is a very popular street, packed full of restaurants, and the atmosphere is very lively. We'd definitely recommend trying pasta alla norma, a traditional Sicilian dish with aubergine and topped with salty ricotta. It's a real comfort food, simple but delicious. Many of the central buildings are lit up at night, and it felt safe walking around. Chiesa di San Domenico was one such building, and we also visited during the day. If you enjoy visiting churches, you can't go wrong with Palermo. There are plenty to explore. Number 5. Palermo's Flea Market. But make sure you stay tuned for number 6, because no top 5 really stops at 5, does it? If you're visiting on a Sunday, then Palermo's Flea Market is an unmissable experience. This colourful market is a maze of history and hidden treasures. You never quite know what you'll find. So, if you're looking for something truly unique to take home, skip the souvenir shops and visit Palermo's Flea Market. Who knows what you'll find?
I just bought this lovely necklace here.
The market winds around the Garden of Garibaldi. This historic garden is best known for its huge ficus trees. They are some of the largest in Europe, and their twisting roots and sprawling branches create an almost mythical atmosphere. Number 6. Palermo's Port. The port in Palermo is one of the major ports for passenger traffic in the Mediterranean and has been a constant driving force for the island's economy, as well as shaping the history of the city. It's a relaxing place to unwind and reflect on Palermo's story. Nearby, you'll find one of the city's most famous pieces of street art, a striking mural of Sicilian anti-mafia prosecutors Giovanni Falcone and Paolo Borsellino, murdered by the Sicilian mafia in separate bombings in 1992. The giant portrait is a statement of defiance and a reminder of the sacrifices made in the fight against organised crime. Their faces, frozen in conversation, seem to be watching over the city they tried to change, their legacy woven into the very fabric of Palermo. Palermo is a city that doesn't hide from its past. It wears its scars openly, but it also wears its resilience. The fight against the mafia is not just history, it's a living, ongoing battle. This mural stands as a symbol of hope and resistance, reminding locals and visitors alike that the city refuses to be defined by its darkest chapters. It's this spirit that makes Palermo a truly exciting place to visit. It's in the grit of the alleyways, in the passion of the street vendors calling out their daily specials, in the way life here is raw, unfiltered and unapologetically real. Palermo is not a polished city, but that's what makes it exhilarating. It's a place where tradition and rebellion are hand in hand, where beauty and hardship coexist, and where the people refuse to be anything but themselves.
Mangia! Mangia!
This city has been through it all: conquerors, corruption, destruction, rebirth, and yet it stands strong, defiant, and full of life. Palermo is more than just a destination. It's a story of survival, passion, and resilience, and that's what makes it unforgettable. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to help me to produce more content, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's completely free, and if you'd like to know when I upload my next video, make sure you turn on the notification bell. Until next time, happy exploring!